but it's so much more.
The truth is never enough,
especially when it's
too much is never enough.
I'm pretty sure that I am.
The truth is never enough.
I'm always doing too much.
Too much is never enough,
But it's so much more.
the truth is never enough.
Especially when it's
The truth is never enough,
I'm always doing too much. You just have to trust me.
because I take what I want. I get whatever I want,
I don't wanna kiss you.
because I get what I want. I get whatever I want.
Fuck.
I need a
Make me kiss you, make me kiss you, make me kiss you, make me kiss you. Force if you have to. Kiss me, kiss me, kiss you, make me kiss you, make me kiss you, make me
Your
kiss you.
thought is not a cathedral. Your memory is not proof. Patience might be a funeral. Your melody's out of tune. Take that attitude, put it on a postcard that has a cat macro on the front. Turn your black and white pink and blue. Kiss me, kiss you, 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 kiss me, kiss you.
Welcome to episode 1 of America's most popular reality show, The Surrealist Life! Located deep in East Spain, in a hallowed castle in the small countryside of Pubol, on a dark and stormy night, we put together 5 of the best-known artists in history, including Renaissance men Michelangelo and Da Vinci.
You mean the Renaissance man?
You're not the one who painted the Sistine Chapel, so you can't talk. More modern figures like Picasso and Van Gogh. You always have to remain confident. The ladies love it. No self-loathing, just confidence. I hate myself. And our 5th grade artist, Bob Ross.
Hello there. I want to thank you all for inviting me to your home.
Holed up for 2 weeks in the castle owned by surrealist icon Salvador Dali. Now here's your host, Salvador Dali!
Oh, is the theme over? Welcome, friends, to the first season of The Surrealist Life. When are we getting paid? Not so fast, my dear Picasso. First, we have to go over rooming assignments. Van Gogh, you'll be staying with the Bob Ross.
Hello, friend. I'm happy to be staying with you.
Michelangelo will be shacking up for the night with Leonardo. Oh, for Christ's sake. And as for you, Picasso, you'll be rooming with yours truly. All right, that's it for announcements, everyone. Have fun. Da Vinci, I love your work. Of course you do. Question, does Van Gogh look sort of depressed to you? Should we keep him on suicide watch or something?
Oh, my boy. In my time, artists were revered posthumously and...
Depressed, you say? Maybe my extensive collection of dildos will cheer him up. Good one, Dolly! I love jokes! Let's go get a drink, friend. Jokes? Dolly seems like a nice enough guy. Kinda weird. Eccentric.
His demeanor is rather odd, that's for sure, but I think you'll make great company.
I just hate that I'm having to room with Michelangelo. The man is just completely uncouth. He doesn't bathe, he doesn't clean up, nothing. He is a savage. Okay, let's get some ground rules down here. This is my side of the room, and this is your side of the room.
Well, at least we agree on one thing. What the devil?
Oh, not again.
What kind of sorcery is this?
Ah, yes, it is a rather rough prototype of a flying machine.
A flying contraption? Why would you make a model of a flying contraption?
I plan to take men one day to the sky.
Men can't
fly. You see, this is what I can't stand about Da Vinci. Who does he think he is? The most important painter, sculptor, architect, musician, mathematician, engineer, inventor, anatomist, geologist, cartographer, botanist, and writer the world's ever seen? Don't get me started. Room number 57. This looks like it.
Oh, Pablo!
Salvador, where's my other bed?
What other bed?
Picasso! Didn't expect to see you out here. I loved your blue period. I preferred rose. So what are you doing out here? Taking a break. Does Dolly seem a little weird to you? I haven't met him yet, but what about Da Vinci? Pretentious, right? We only spoke for a second. But Dolly? He was trying to sleep with me. The jerk thinks he can fly. I think the man's insane. Is anyone checking on Van Gogh?
Well. What's going on in here?
Old Van Gogh is having lady troubles, man. She's just so beautiful. I have no idea how to confront her. My friend, I am God's gift to women. Take my advice. The ladies love ear nibbling. So what do? You just chop off your ear and give them some, man.
Did I hear someone say dildos?
No one said dildos, Dolly.
I've got red, green, black, whatever you like. Oh, I'm so alone.
Just cut off your ear and give it to them, man. It'll work. Trust me.
You just have to be really delicate with women, Vincent. Like your painting. Not too soft, not too rough. Don't say anything you don't mean to the girl. Remember, you can always add paint, but taking away paint is much more difficult.
Or you could give them an ear.
Or a dildo.
I'm really starting to feel for Vincent. I think if he believes in himself, anything is possible.
I decided to invite her over for dinner tonight. Maybe a group thing will be better and make it less awkward for me, you know?
Supper time! Supper time, everyone!
Hello, brothers. It's so nice to see you again.
Can't wait till this is all over.
Thank you all for coming on the last night in the castle. I hope you'll enjoy my masterpiece I've prepared. Quinoa black bean lettuce wraps with a side of kale. Mwah!
That is the most pretentious meal I've ever seen.
You're just jealous. Maybe you should shop at Whole Foods more often.
That's it. I've had it with my name's Leonardo. I'm better than everyone. Bullcrap.
But I am. Have you not seen the Vitruvian Man?
They're gonna rip off their clothes in a moment. I know it.
That's it. We're done. Turn the cameras off. This whole reality show crap is over. I'll go get it. Is that a prostitute?
Time out. How much does 20 minutes cost?
I need 30.
I can do it in 5.
That's it! I've had it with you goddamn motherfuckers! This was supposed to be about the brotherhood of artistry, and all you've done is fuck around! So you can take your happy little trees and shove them up your happy little assholes! Ah!
Rooster lived in a small town in Dallas, Texas. The mayor was an Injun. The Injun had a wife. She stayed pregnant. She had babies after babies after babies. But one day, something magical happened. She turned into a beautiful princess. But this princess wasn't regular. Oh, she was a wild, chastity belt throwing, grinding diva. And after a while, those babies finally caught up with her. Yep, she started wearing corsets. And this Injun, oh man, he went wild and crazy with art. 2D art. On his face. He shaved. He was so crazy about art, he put paw prints on his dog's butt. It was funny to him. Oh, he laughed from a healthy place. And then he was afraid. Oh, so afraid. That was it. The engine had a brother named Wolfie. He liked tattoos of OJ. And girls' legs with tattoos. And back tattoos. I guess tattoos are 2D art too. Look at this one. And this one. This is a film based on a true story. My story. I'm Desmond Blair. And I'm an artist.
When Desmond was born, I was really shocked and overwhelmed with the fact that he wasn't going to have hands. The doctors called his condition bilateral hand absence. One doctor said what possibly could have happened during my pregnancy is that his hands broke through the placenta and that the placenta grew back and cut off circulation. It was extremely difficult raising Desmond on my own, but thank God my mother helped. After he was born, a therapist gave me one piece of advice. She said to give him the best education. And what did that mean to me? I couldn't afford to send him to private school, so that meant I was going to have to really be involved. I prayed that my child would be all right, and I braced myself for this journey. Just imagine not having your hands. Everything was a challenge, from changing clothes, eating, drinking, opening doors, to even using a phone. But he wasn't discouraged. He would figure it out. I was determined to teach him to write. Once he picked up that number 2 pencil, it was all he wrote. He taught himself to draw. I was just amazed at his abilities. I knew when he was very young that he was gifted. He would draw and color for hours and hours. It was not only a talent, but also a release of frustration for him. I knew he had something special and that he was going to be somebody great.
Art is about expression, feelings, and requires nothing but imagination. I feel anything is possible with will and determination. I don't tell people this often, but I sometimes forget that I don't have hands. I have partial palms. I was actually born with a small thumb and a pinky, but I had to get them amputated when I was about 3 years old because I slammed one of them in a door. Talking about bad luck. I think one of the benefits of being born without hands is that I had to learn to become a problem solver throughout my life. My condition has helped me to develop a determination that allows me to accomplish the things I set out to do. My goal is to create something that can motivate people and encourage them to reach out for their goals in life.
Desmond has created remarkable works on canvas. Dozens, perhaps hundreds of paintings, portraits, and abstracts by navigating the brush with the ends of his 2 arms. In fact, there's not much he can't do.
Funny thing is, I still can't tie a tie, and I still can't drive a stick shift, but those are on my list of things to figure out. When I was younger, I got those stares from children who made fun of me. I just learned to not let it bother me. And then I got them back. Yep, I drew weird pictures of them. They had square arms, big heads, and lots of squiggly hair.
Desmond navigates photographs without effort, is quick on the keyboard, and loves his iPhone, which he easily types on with the ends of his arms on its flat surface. Blair earned an undergraduate degree and a master's degree from University of Texas, Dallas, and currently works there managing digital projects for the Army and Baylor. Being born without hands isn't the only challenge Desmond faced. He grew up in a modest Pleasant Grove neighborhood. He was raised by a single mother.
My mother and my grandmother were very inspirational in my success. My grandmother always made sure that I never felt less than. She encouraged me to use my mind and my talents to create things that the world could see. And I did. And I still do. Sometimes I get inspiration from some of the weirdest works of art, but I could sit there for hours and hours staring at designs, stairs, black and whites, colors, upside downs. Just imagine artists everywhere. Flat surfaces, 2D. I just hope that I can be an inspiration to everyone, even the little kids.
Desmond sells his paintings to raise money for charities these days. He has prosthetics but rarely uses them, insisting he's not disabled, just different.
all I wanna do. Loving you is all I wanna do.
Yeah. See, I've been going on and on forever. Them haters probably wonder when I'm gon' stop. Never. Most of it's been good, but
What's a film without this guy? If he can do it, anybody can. No excuses.
I need your help. Building 7 is missing. Something's happened to it. Wake up, America! You've got to help me find out what happened to Building 7. Bang!
Well, I don't know. It's about politicians and so forth. Is that right? I mean, you know.
A 1 for the money, a 2 for the show, 3 to get ready 'cause Elvis doesn't know. Okay. But I did find someone actually from New York. And a judge. I bet you he knows.
I am not aware of Building 7 in New York. I did used to work in the Pan Am building in New York, and there are some buildings there not too far from there that have numbers, but I've never heard of Building 7.
That blows. Does anybody know anything about Building 7? Babbitt, that building went down a long time ago. During the first 9/11. Matter of fact, it's probably the best kept secret of the first 9/11.
Building 7 was one of New York City's larger buildings. It occupied an entire city block and rose over 600 feet above street level. At 5:21 in the afternoon of 9/11, almost 7 hours after the Twin Towers had come down, Building 7 of the World Trade Center also collapsed. At the time of its destruction, it exclusively housed government agencies and financial institutions. It contained offices of the IRS, Secret Service, the Security Exchange Commission, Mayor Giuliani's Office of Emergency Management, and its Emergency Command Center on the 23rd floor. This floor received $15 million worth of renovations, including independent and secure air and water supplies, and bullet and bomb-resistant windows designed to withstand winds up to 200 miles per hour. Building 7 marks the first time in history a steel-frame high-rise building collapsed due to a fire.
So maybe parts of that debris hit Building 7 and caused that huge steel frame building to fall.
July 28, 1945, William Smith was piloting a B-52 bomber with a two-man crew. Smith plowed the plane directly into the 79th floor of the tallest structure on Earth, the Empire State Building. The fuel tank of the plane exploded into a massive fireball. The Empire State Building, although severely damaged, was repaired and stands today.
There's no other way to explain this, is there?
There's a bunch of conspiracy theories about Building 7 and what made it collapse. Probably one of the things that inspired most of them is the amount of time that elapsed between the time the towers went down and the time Building 7 went down. When you look at what happened on 9/11, you had two 767s, one of the largest passenger planes flying in the sky, absolutely loaded with gas, crashing into a building. It's never happened before, dumping all that fuel, creating fires. To try and find a conspiracy theory as to why a building in the vicinity of that fell down is akin to walking into Hiroshima right after the atomic bomb exploded and asking if somebody left the gas on.
I see conservative talk show host all over this guy.
Is this a conspiracy theory? Well,
That's the problem. We just don't know. But what we do know is that Building 7 fell as if it was a controlled demolition. Also, nanothermites were found in abundance on the scene. When in use, nanothermites can cut through steel like butter. Combined with explosives, that building can come down in seconds. Want more facts? That building fell faster than the rate of free fall. You know what that means? The bottom floors had to be blown away in order for the top floors to achieve free fall speed. It's all about physics. That's the deal. Want more? Real estate tycoon Larry Silverstein, 6 months before 9/11, acquired all 7 World Trade Center buildings for $3.2 billion. Get this, while hooking up on his insurance, he negotiates a terrorist clause into the contract. Potentially, after 9/11, he made $7.5 billion. Follow the science, follow the clues, follow the truth.
America, I think it's time you woke freaking up.
My love. I have never used words to their fullest ability. I have never said all that should have been. What I could not say, I expressed through a tender gaze. What I could not express, I displayed through a simple touch. Yet, perhaps it was not enough. Perhaps I should have taken you in my arms and whispered softly in your ear. So I'm writing to you now to tell you all that I should have said, and things I never thought I would hear myself say. My dearest Annabelle, I love you, and I have always loved you. As deep as one can. You have been to me as fire. Warm, warming, life-bringing. But I must go. I am leaving, and I will not see you again. There are some things that love cannot fix. Some broken things that cannot be undone. So I use these newfound words to tell you I am sorry. To tell you that I never wished for this. To tell you not to wait for me to return on some spring evening. Live as you were intended to. As I will try to. Goodbye, my love. Yours, John.
She had this yard sale while I was out of town. She told me about this guy that just kind of strolled in and he was really happy. Maybe a little too happy. He said hi and she said hi. Then he checked out our stuff. All of our stuff. And then he finally found it. The painting. It was 20 clams and he coughed them up. I know she was glad to get rid of it. He was ecstatic. Maybe a little too happy. My wife, she thinks that he was some sort of intergalactic art collector. Came to our world just for this painting. Found just where it was at. I don't know. I think he had fangs. Some cool shades. But he found his way home. And he took with him that velvet painting of Jesus and the big rig, and it made his people happy. There were these hot dogs with googly eyes, hung out around the 18 van. Michael Knight. They ran a fencing operation, swapping these paintings around. They talked about things. Many things. Then they decided that they were going to sing.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, I was just calling to check on your progress.
It's going alright. I've probably got a few hours left.
Are you going to be able to meet for coffee today?
Yeah, I think I can probably do that. When do you want to meet?
After you're finished. Usual spot.
You know, I could use a break. I'll leave right now.
Sounds good. See you in a little bit.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
Hey.
Coffee's not ready yet.
Okay, not a problem.
Abstract expressionism can be beautiful, shocking, ambiguous, often all at the same time. So where do you find your inspiration from for your work? What is it that fills your mind visually for your creative process?
You don't want to know what I'm seeing.
Of course we do. You're Jackson Pollock. Please, Mr. Pollock, I really want to know. What's the truth?
I was looking for something different. You know, a way to express what was trapped in my mind. I wandered the streets of the city looking for it. Then I found them. I didn't know what I was seeing. Emaciated forms with vacant stares. They were covered with filth, blood, and gore. Their own bodies looked like they had been picked at by crows. Then they found me. It almost took me too long to realize what I was seeing was real. One by one, they turned their attention to me, and in a maddening pace crept forward. I continued to back away, fixated on the sheer horror in front of me. Just as I broke from the trance to turn and run, I was attacked from the side. I wrestled and kicked my way free. Scrambling, I found my back to a wall. I was surrounded as they closed ranks and blotted out the city behind them. Then a glint of light flashed at my side. Polished steel, a machete. I grabbed the blade and started swinging. I hacked at anything that moved, raw emotion behind every swing. In the frenzy, I became detached. Every movement was observed with heightened detail, and as I watched the follow-through of my blade, I saw it. It was what I was looking for. It wasn't the traditional choice for the medium, but it was art. And it meant something. From that point, I was on autopilot, and the zombie horde was now my palette in which to paint with. No one else was there to witness, to understand what I was seeing. No one except the zombies, and they were preoccupied with trying to tear me apart to appreciate the art I was creating. Raw emotion behind every swing, but still measured and controlled. Color, texture, dripping from the machete onto the floor, splatters on the wall. Only when everything fell silent and there was no more movement did I find myself standing there in a moment of purity. My work was done. Now go ahead. Call me a drunk. Call me a phony. Call me crazy.
Thank you for being honest. It's been our theory for some time that an event such as the one that you just shared had a part in your achieving a higher level of perception through your subconscious. We've studied your paintings.
Who's we?
As your work continues, it becomes more and more complex. It wasn't an accident that this unlocked this expression of your spirit. It's old world mysticism. Tea leaves, bones, voodoo. A connection to a world that is beyond our own. Your mind is the key we've been looking for. You are the answer.
What is this?
What you saw that night is just the beginning. The world needs your help. Your paintings, I can show you what it all means.
What's going on?
Let's just say, Mr. Pollock, you're ahead of your time.
Two weeks after the egg has been buried in the sand, the newly hatched merkin emerges from its underground nursery. After several hours of struggling, the merkin will eventually wriggle free and search for the nearest body of water to live in. The merkin wriggles and flaps its fins wildly in an attempt to free itself from the sand. This process can take hours, and sometimes even days. This particular merkin was able to free itself after only 6 hours. Now free of its sandy nursery, the merkin flops wildly and stupidly in an uncoordinated fashion toward the edge of the shore. The merkin must be very wary of its predator, the opossum. Oh no, look out for that one. If he sees its predator, it humps its fat ass directly into the sea. Once to the sea, the merkin is now free to continue the great cycle of life. As he runs into the sea, he does his mating dance. As merkins reach full sexual maturity after only being 15 seconds old. Sadly, this particular merkin shall never mate. But let's just keep that between us. This is your good pal, Pablo Lopez, and for all I care, you can all suck.
runs at 15 and a third against the run last year.
I don't understand why I would be hindered by the fact that, you know, like any kind of. It takes up like
We can wake
What's the large case of energy on those?
But I think large movies they're
You found me. Could you, get me another drink?